Hello, everyone. Welcome to Triangle Center for Spiritual Living and our Sunday service. But first, I'm going to share with you some of our center announcements. So first of all, those of y'all who've been around for a while know this is the time of year that our outreach committee does a program for the Friends of Wake County, Friends of Wake Guardium Ad Litem to do a back-to-school school supply drive. So the issue is that the need is greater than ever. Requests for backpacks from Wake County Human Services have doubled. But this year, there's a logistical problem of getting our usual school supply drives going. And what the school supplies needs is greater than ever. Because with the uncertainty of the reopening plan for Wake County School, everybody's now doing things by Zoom. So the Friends have had a high number of requests for iPads and laptops, as well as for Texas Instrument TI-84 plus CE graphing calculators. They also have a Computer for Kids program in partnership with the Cramden Institute to provide school-age children in foster, kinship care, and other at-risk children with a computer, printer, flash drive, and software. So here are a few ways that you can help. You can consider making an online PayPal donation on our website. You can mail a check to TCSL, but please write in the memo pad, Guardium Ad Litem, and send that to us at the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living, 4000 Bearcat Way, Suite 104, Morrisville, North Carolina, 27560. Or you can donate a computer, iPad, or graphing calculator that is new or gently used by contacting Susan Krupa at 919-601-9607. Have you found yourself missing the community and wanting more opportunities to come together? Let's Stay Connected is an opportunity to come together immediately after the service each Sunday on Zoom. It would be an opportunity to talk about the message or simply just check in with each other. If you're watching the service on Zoom, just stay where you are. If you are watching on Facebook Live, jump over to our Zoom channel right after the service. Let's stay connected. Our monthly lunch bunches on the first Sunday of the month will be on hiatus until we can get back together and do them in person. Let's Stay Connected will take its place each and every Sunday. Okay, now, are you ready to embark on the adventure of spiritual education to transform the quality of your life? Spiritual education is one of the many ways that we grow spiritually. Classes go beyond the Sunday morning experience by providing a consistent, ongoing environment for the student to self-reflect, self-study, and expand their scope of spiritual experience and knowledge. Participating in classes and workshops fosters community and soul companions in a way that few other activities can. We have 2 classes that will be offered this fall. The first is our Foundations class. The Foundations class is a 10-week entry-level class for the study of the science of mind. It is a personal exploration of the 10 core concepts of science of mind philosophy, faith, and way of life, and their application to the process of daily living. Discover and express the power, creativity, freedom, abundance, and joy that lie within you. Learn about one cosmic reality, how to forgive the past, live in the present, and consciously design your future. You will complete this class with increased poise, confidence, and power in every area of your life. The Foundations class is required for anyone wishing to serve as a team or home group leader in our youth program or on our leadership council. So we've pushed the start date of this class back a couple of weeks to allow even more people to take advantage of this really transformational opportunity. The class will run for 10 consecutive Tuesday evenings beginning Tuesday, October 6th from 6:45 to 9:30. It will also include one prayer workshop held on Friday evening, November 13th, 7:30 to 9:30, and Saturday afternoon, November 14th, from 1 to 4. The class is facilitated by Reverend Dusty, and the cost is $245. The second is Prosperity Plus 2. Prosperity Plus is a dynamic 10-week program taught virtually by Mary Morrissey that teaches a new way of living centered on the spiritual practices of an abundant life. You will learn ways to move from fear, scarcity, and limited thinking to a life full of possibility, prosperity, and promise. This online program, which is facilitated by the Master Manifester, Reverend Tom Pittman, and the Queen of Giving, Heather Abbott, is full of highly transformational curriculum designed to take your life to even greater heights. During this 10-week workshop, participants will be asked to use their life as a laboratory by giving 10% of their time, talent, and treasure to expand and empower their prosperity consciousness. The class is held on 10 consecutive Thursday evenings from 7 to 9. The class fee is a bargain at $70. Okay, so today is the day for our mid-month financial update. While we have cut back on our monthly expenses, our budgeted expenses are $19,400 a month. Contributions through September 15th are $8,309. There are 2 Sundays left in September to contribute to meeting our budget, and we just thank you all so much for your ongoing support financially and otherwise for our community. So we appreciate your generosity. All right, and now I am going to ask up to the platform a woman who is like the embodiment of serenity for me. She is our licensed spiritual practitioner, Marianne Hardy.
Thank you, Carol. All right, our theme for 2020, what a year, 2020 Spiritual Vision. Our September theme is Facing the Fear, and Jim's talk title today is The Practice of Faith. Our community purpose statement, I'm now going to read the statement and you can follow along. This is our reason for being here. Our purpose is to inspire, educate, and empower individuals to experience themselves as unique and individualized expressions of God, the love intelligence that governs the universe. We are committed to not merely a theoretical understanding of our oneness and unity in God, but to practice this truth in our everyday lives. Through celebration, service, study, and fellowship, we are committed to the transformation of our personal lives and to being a powerful and beneficial presence on the planet. With the energy of unconditional love, simply, we are here for God. And breathing in that truth that we are here for God, I just invite you to close your outer eyes or soften your gaze. Take a couple of deep breaths and turn within while listening to the crystal bowls.
I invite you to begin to bring your attention back into your bodies and into your rooms, and to remain turned within as I bless our time together, recognizing the one spirit, the one life, the one heart, the one mind, the one creative energy back of everything that there is, seen and unseen. I know that it is the very essence of joy, of peace, of creativity, of love, of abundance, of divine right action. I know that it is that energy that created me, that energy that sustains me, that feeds me, that funds me, that fuels me, that guides me, that guards me, that supports me, and that unconditionally loves me. And just as I know that this is my truth, I know that it is absolutely true for each and every person here in our sanctuary, each and every person on Facebook Live or on Zoom, each and every sentient being in the planet. Right where each of us is, God is, in its fullness and in its wholeness. We are all divine emanations of it, ambassadors of its presence on the planet. We bring that peace, that joy, that love, that creativity, that abundance, that grace, and that divine right action out into the world in our own unique and individualized way. One to one to one to one, we are all connected by this golden thread of God's stuff, connected in ways that can never be broken. And it is from that place of unity that I bless our time together, calling it good and very, very good, even as it is just beginning. I bless all of the volunteers here in the sanctuary, Mark and Heather back in the AV booth, Marianne and Carol as the practitioners today, bringing their depth of consciousness and love of this community to everything that they do. I bless Karen and her beautiful voice and her gift of song. And Jim, who allows Spirit to speak through and as himself today. I know that this is a good God day and that it flows with grace and ease from beginning to end, that there is something for each of us within it. And so I bless this day. I bless this community. I bless the way that it works and our divine connection. Simply allowing God to be God. And we anchor this by saying, and so it is. And so it is. Amen. It is now my privilege and my pleasure to welcome back up to the podium licensed spiritual practitioner, Carol Cross.
All right. We're doing one of my favorite parts of the service, our blessing of all faiths. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living honors the diversity and threads of truth that run through all spiritual paths, as represented by this ceremony. Christianity is the path of Christ consciousness, love, and forgiveness. Buddhism is the path of compassion and understanding. Judaism is the ethical path of living by sacred law. Baha'i is the path of unity and peace. Islam is the path of submission to the will of God, the highest calling. Confucianism is the path of deliberate tradition. Taoism is the natural way, the path of ultimate reality. Native American practice and shamanic traditions are the path of primal spirituality. Shintoism is the path of tribal ancestry. Hinduism is the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. Science of mind and spirit is the path of the divine principle of love and law. And the heart represents the one heart, the one love that resides at the center of all people and all beings everywhere with no exceptions. May peace prevail on earth through the followers of all paths. And so it is. Thank you, Marianne. Our reading today is from Ernest Holmes. He says, if one will have faith in himself, faith in his fellow man, in the universe and in God, that faith will light the place in which he finds himself. And by the light of this faith, he will be able to see that all is good. And the light shed by this faith will light the way for others. So I invite you to close your outer eyes as I say a quick word of blessing for what is to come. So, closing my eyes, I see that light, that golden light, that divine light that is the center of me, that is the essence of me, is the reality of me. And that is the reality of all of us. And I see that light, and it is full of unconditional love, power, joy, and deep divine wisdom. So, knowing that golden thread that Dusty talks about runs through me, through everyone in the world. But I see it running particularly strong today in Jim Rigsby as he comes forward to be a channel for that divine wisdom. And I know his words will flow like honey and be twice as sweet. And I say a word of blessing on Karen. She has such skill to open our hearts through the magic of music and set us up to listen to Jim's speech or talk with the ears of love. So, knowing that God is perfect and this service is a manifestation of God, I know it will all unfold perfectly, touching each and every one of us. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for everyone who's making today possible. I'm so grateful for those of you all out there who are co-creating this with us through the magic of Zoom and Facebook Live. And I'm just so grateful for the power of community and spiritual practice. So, since I know all is well, I turn it over to the law to make it so, and I invite everyone to anchor it for themselves and for us as a group with our words, and so it is. And so now we get to hear from our very own angel of music, Karen Daly.
Thank you, Miss Hero. Hi, everybody. This is a new song from me called Oceans by a group called Hillsong. Call me out upon the waters, the great unknown, where feet may fail. And there I find you in the mystery, in oceans deep, my faith will stand. I will call upon your name. Keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, and you are mine. Grace abounds in deepest waters. Your sovereign hand
Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of your light. Spirit, lead me where my trust it's without borders. Let me walk upon your waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of your light. And I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace, for I am yours and you are mine. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Karen. What beautiful words. Take it deep into your heart. So happy to be with you today. Thank you for joining us. I add my thanks. And I'm just feeling a great sense of love for this community and so glad you're with us. You know, one of the things I like about teaching and speaking and doing spiritual guidance is that I get to hear the words of Spirit flow out of my mouth when things are going well. Now, I'm generally willing to learn and to grow, but often the very thing I'm struggling with comes out and is presented to me in that moment. It's truly a miraculous experience. So as usual, this talk is for me, and I thank you for being along for the ride. What I need in my life at this time is to practice faith. I understand what faith is, but do I apply it to everyday living? I know that if I were to practice faith more consistently, life would run more smoothly and effortlessly. I've had some serious doubts in recent days and recent times, but I'm very lucky, very fortunate to have great teachers and guides. They remind me of the power of faith and to have faith and to practice it. I'm also so grateful for all the many spiritual tools that we have to banish the doubts in our minds and in our hearts. So my goal today is to share some tips for practicing faith on a consistent basis. Then, as a community, I invite us to help each other in these practices, to come together and remind each other of the power of faith when we find ourselves in crisis, stress, doubt, and fear. A very recent example of my lapse in faith is my upcoming comprehensive ministerial exams in the fall. Exams have always, up until now, been a source of anxiety for me. Now, I know the truth logically in my head, and there are three of them. I have been studying the contents of these exams for 4 long years. And I also know that all is known in the mind of God, and my mind is joined with it. And thirdly, I know that the universe is conspiring for my good. It wants me to reach my goals of my ministry. Now, the trick is practicing the faith in this knowledge. Through science of mind, we know that, and through the teachings of Jesus, we know that it is done to us as we believe. Faith is a bridge to knowing, for the faith of God is a complete knowingness, just a simple fact that it is. That is the faith of God. So to change our circumstances, we must believe and trust in the truth of the situation. Just like I know those 3 truths for my exams, I must trust in that truth. Faith is not static. It requires practice. We build up our faith muscles through spiritual practices when things are going well, so that when we hit crisis, those practices become second nature. Now, I'm very grateful to know that we have many tools at our disposal to practice our ability to believe and to trust. We have a wonderful gift in the science of mind that teaches us the truth about how God and life truly work. We have meditation, where we can go in silently and contemplate the truth and be with it and be with Spirit. Then there are, writings by many wise women and men that we can read and take into our heart. And last but not least is the power of prayer, or as we call it in Science of Mind, spiritual mind treatment. And why is it called treatment? Because we are treating our minds and our hearts and our souls with a new idea, that belief in what is possible. So we convince ourselves of that new reality that's rooted in that spiritual truth that we know up here. So let's take a moment and remind ourselves how spiritual treatment works. So I like to say the simplest prayer is, I know there is one power and presence. I am one with that power and presence. I know that good is mine today. I am grateful for my good. And I release and let go of my word into the law. That is a very simple prayer, but very powerful. For the third step, as you notice, I said, I know that. In our form of prayer, we know that the truth, we know that our reality, our new reality is based in truth. This step is where we are practicing faith. And as I said earlier, faith is that bridge to knowingness. It's that bridge to the faith of God that just simply knows. And treatment can be used to strengthen our belief in what is possible. For faith is truly about believing that which is possible. Even though it may not show up in our reality in that moment, we can conceive with our minds that it is possible. And we can feel with our hearts that it is true. Now, I often end my treatments with turning the words that I've spoken over to Spirit. And I see Spirit as this enormous single entity that encompasses all of life. And I simply know that it knows how to do what I have asked. It knows how to make the possible reality. Now, I want you to notice that faith is not bargaining, begging, manipulating, or pleading. It is a calm knowingness. It is a calm knowingness in the possibility and the truth that we wish to experience. Ernest Holmes argues that fear and faith are 2 sides of the same coin. If you have the faith of God, you are coming from the knowingness that there is only one power, and that is all possible through that one power. Now, a little word of caution. Guard your intentions. Guard those baby little ideas and dreams that you are brewing in your treatments and in your heart. Because even those who love us dearly can inadvertently put cracks in our faith. They don't mean to do it. They're not purposely doing it. But perhaps they don't believe in what you believe is possible. And allowing those cracks in your armor could allow things to shift in a way that you're not wanting. And so what if this happens? What do? You treat again. The good news is you just do the treatment again. You just reaffirm and anchor yourself in the truth and believe in the possible. In meditation, I can take my 3 truths about my exams and let them rest in my heart where the feeling is. It's the belief and feelings of conviction that give power to our prayer. When we speak our words, we feel them, we believe them. I seek to strengthen my daily practice of meditation. I don't always meditate as much as I would like to, and I'm promising you today that I'm going to strengthen my practice in that. For that is where I can contemplate the truth. There are many sacred writings out there, and some of you may have heard of this book. It's called the Hebrew Bible, and it can teach us about faith. It's known in Christianity as the Old Testament. One of my favorite quotes that's dear to my heart is from Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6. This is so precious to me because my mom and dad used to put Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6 in all of my birthday cards. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not unto your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. Now, how do we interpret that from a metaphysical standpoint? Well, we know that whenever we read the word Lord in the Bible, it is word. It is the power of the word. So the word is the truth. So if I were to paraphrase this, trust in the word with all your heart. So making your path straight, that part of the verse, means that you're being taken directly to your desires. That to the level of depth that you believe, you are taken straight to your desires. Another verse that I like is Psalm 37, verses 4 through 5. Once again, as I read this, remember that the Lord can be translated into the Word. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in him, and he will do this. My interpretation of this is, take delight in the Word, and the Word will give you the desires of your heart. Trust in the Word, and it will be done. So I'm sure you have favorite writers and speakers that speak words of wisdom to you, and I invite you to read them and to listen to them. I like audible books because that way I can listen to the books. And then contemplate their message in your meditation practice. I love Google. Google's my friend. Google is great for my work, my daily work life, and it's also great when you're preparing a talk. For I typed in the words practice and faith, and the very first thing that came up, God works through Google too, is an article from the website called gratefulness.org, and it's called Practicing Faith in Life. When I first read the title, I thought it was Practicing Faith as a Way of Life. And then upon reading the article, I realized that it was practicing faith in life itself. For we know that life is just practicing faith all the time. It just knows, just like God does. It just knows and relaxes into that knowing. So we can learn how to practice faith by watching life play out on a daily basis. The article recommends that we use the practice of stop, look, and go. Stop whatever you're doing and devote your full attention to being still or slowing down. Bring your awareness to the present moment and allow yourself to soften into it. Picture yourself somewhere with the ability to see far and wide around you, and be at peace and fall in love with what you feel in that moment. This is a lot like our meditation practice, but goes further into every moment in your life. Let's take time to stop and smell the roses. Allow each activity to expand to its fullest experience. Many of us walk through life half awake. So this is our call to waken up, to awaken, and to experience life in the now moment. If you think about it, the only thing that exists is this moment in which my word is spoken right now. Those words that I've spoken so far today are in the past and can never be changed. But they can be changed in the future through the power of now. So we want to make ourselves really listen to life and pay attention to all the ways in which faith is playing out in life. So I have a few examples for you. We practice faith all the time and we don't even realize it sometimes. Do you realize that when you're driving down the road and that other person is on the other side of the road coming towards you, you're practicing faith that they're going to stay on their side of the road. And generally we're right. We have faith that when we turn the light switch on, that the lamp will light, or the air conditioner will be on, or the refrigerator is keeping our food cool. We just trust that that electricity is there, and generally it is. We have faith that our feet stay grounded on the floor or on the earth, and we don't fly off into space. Why is that? We have faith in the principle and power of gravity. So how many ways can you count in a given moment that you're already practicing faith? So the trick is, how do you practice that faith in moments of doubt and fear? So notice your feelings in this very moment, because life is juicy and delicious in the feelings that it generates in us. I believe that one of the greatest gifts that God gave us was the ability to feel deeply. Next, we look. We look at life from a distance that offers you a perspective and helps you feel the truth of the fact that no matter what, we are not in control of everything that happens in our lives. Sometimes we get too lost in the details to remember to notice the big picture. Faith is often something we experience when we step back and allow ourselves to be dwarfed by awe. Cultivate a sense of awe. So that first step in treatment, which you want to work towards, which you want to strive towards, is a feeling of awe, a feeling of something greater than yourself. That I often think of the universe and the stars and the moon and how they move in perfect precision. Something is doing that. It's not an accident. Something is holding the thoughts of that perfect order in place, and that is spirit. So it's from this 50,000-foot view that we can strengthen our faith. For if we zoom out at life, we can actually see that everything is working for our good. We particularly can go back and look at past experiences and realize, wow, I didn't like that so much in the moment, but wow, that really turned out good. That really turned out to be the perfect thing for me. So we want to look at life from the 50,000-foot view when we have doubts, and not with the microscope that we hold in our hands so tightly. Can we trust in the cosmos to make everything right? Isn't it already right? Perhaps we are too myopic in our point of view. Next, we want to go. It's time to go. Our sense of faith in life is nourished each and every time we take a risk or invest in something for which no particular result is promised. Do something that it takes courageousness, trust to do, and watch your musculature for the mystery and awareness of awe get more robust. So we want to build up our muscles of faith when things are going well, so that they are second nature when we are in crisis. The article suggests a few fun things to do. Do something you've been afraid to do. Oh, goodness. And then allow yourself to fill up with faith as you go forward and you just shut your eyes and you just go forward and you do it. Maybe you want to sing. Maybe you want to dance. Dance as if no one is watching. Just do what your heart wants to do and give up the fear. Love someone really generously, beyond measure. Just give your heart 100% and not worry what you're going to get back. Literally plant seeds and be amazed. It's an amazing process to know that that seed is planted in the soil and the intelligence of that seed works with that soil, and up comes the perfect tomato plant if that's what you planted. Get yourself somewhere in nature where you feel small. Feel how faith gets bigger when you let go of control and just allow yourself to feel the awe. Faith takes courage. Dig deep into your spiritual practices and scoop up a big dollop of courage. For me, my issue is often forgetting how life takes care of itself. And I have to get out to that 50,000-foot point of view to see that it's actually working. I'm pretty good at finding the truth. I have a very logical mind. What I often lack is going into my heart and practicing faith. Having the faith of God, the perfect knowing. So I'd like you to practice faith. And to do this, you can read the wisdom of the ages. Carry wisdom in your heart, get silent, feel deeply, and pray with conviction, convincing yourself of a new belief based in the truth. Watch life unfold with perfect precision from that highest vision possible, and have faith in life, and more importantly, have faith in you. So I just ask you to turn within. As we listen to those words trailing off, just allow yourself to be in this now moment. We're just going to take a moment to feel what we're feeling. And breathe. Just feel and breathe. In this moment, I am in awe. I am in awe of the majesty of life, the way in which it works with precision, with love and creativity. For Spirit is behind all of this. Spirit is the principle that makes this so. Spirit is the thoughts that keeps everything in perfect order and perfect place without me having to do anything. And yet I know that I am one of the points of light within its life. And as I know this is true for me, I know that it is true for all. That each person is a unique manifestation of this light and love and creativity. Created for a reason, for a purpose. Loved beyond measure by Spirit. And therefore by all of the world. So I speak a word on behalf of each of us today, knowing that faith is easy, that we turn our attention to life, live in the now moment, and realize that all is well, that faith can be harnessed easily, captured with a thought, a belief, a feeling. And so I know as we go through life that we are given everything that we need with ease and with grace. We do not need to toil or tarry, for life just works. It works for our good. It conspires for our highest good at all times. And when we have doubt, I know that we pull back to that 50,000-foot view and see that life is working for our good and the good of all. So I'm just grateful to know that life works this way. I'm grateful to know that we have the power to believe in what is possible, and that it is God's good pleasure to turn that possible into reality. So with a grateful heart, I simply turn all of these words over to Spirit, knowing that this magnificent, awe-inspiring life knows exactly how to return these words to me in reality, in form, in manifestation. So I simply breathe and allow it to be, and so it is. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Jim. Beautiful message, beautiful prayer. Thank you. It is now time for our conscious giving, that time of the service on Sunday, that time of the week that we really consciously think about standing in faith and practicing it. And practicing it by this act of tithing, the tithing of our finances to that place where we receive our spiritual food. And so I just invite everyone to pause, put your gift against your heart or simply your hands against your heart, and allow yourself a moment to feel really grateful for how abundant we truly all are in our lives, for this amazing thing called life itself and the way that it works, for faith, for this community, for our families and our friends and our health. And to know that as we are grateful for these things, that gratitude is generative and draws more into our lives to be even more grateful about. That as we are willing to share of some of that abundance through our tithing of our time, talent, and treasure, that we powerfully step into the flow. That giving and receiving are one and the same, that we can't have one without the other. And so we give and we receive, keeping the circulation going, not damming it up anywhere along the way. I know that these gifts, however big or small, allow this community to continue to be a beacon of light and warmth and love in the greater Triangle area, that they prosper the one giving and that they add to the energy of sufficiency on the planet. Please repeat after me. I am grateful for all that I receive, and I am grateful for all that I may give. So and I thank you all, as Carol did earlier, for your generosity of spirit. We truly could not continue to be the community we are without that generosity, without that love, and without each and every person really powerfully stepping into their own spiritual practices and into their own faith in so many different ways. And so I am grateful for each and every one. The text to tithe number is up there on your screen. If you choose to use that, you can also go to our website and tithe there, or you could always send a check. However you do, we are grateful. It is now my great pleasure to welcome back to her guitar and to her stool the awesome Karen Daly.
Thank you, Dusty. Welcome back to my stool. I like that. Back to my stool. I'm going to do my favorite Bob Sima song called Kiss God. When no one is looking, I swallow deserts and clouds. I chew on the mountains, 'cause I know they are sweet bones. No one is looking. I sip from the cool summer skies. I savor the blueness, and it colors my eyes. When no one is looking, I wanna kiss God. When no one is looking, I wanna kiss
up my own hand to my mouth, and I lift up your sweet hand to my mouth. When no one is looking at me, what is looking through me can see, and I feel everything, and everything it feels me when I'm all alone in my own sweet home. I hear the silence calling me home. No one is looking. I call forth the thunder and the rain. I lasso the sunshine, and it warms the blood in my veins. No one is looking. Talk with the flowers and the trees. I tell them my secrets, and they listen to me. When no one is looking, I wanna kiss God. No one is looking. I kiss God. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh man, Karen, that was such a treat to have the Karen Daly version of one of my favorite spiritual songs. It was like a spiritual cheesecake. Okay, so if anyone would like prayer, please go to our website at trianglecsl.org. On the home page, there's a button in the upper right-hand corner. Click on that button and fill in the request form. We will get that prayer and send it out to all of our ministers and practitioners. All right, and now it's time for our September affirmations. So get up because you want to do this as powerfully as possible. It's a call and response, so please repeat after me. I live in the faith that there is a power and presence greater than I am. I live in the faith that there is a power and presence greater than I am. I know that it nurtures and supports me in ways I could not even imagine. I know that it nurtures and supports me in ways I could not even imagine. I affirm that it does so from a place deep within my heart. I affirm that it does so from a place deep within my heart. I have faith that it informs me of my highest and best. I have faith that it informs me of my highest and best. I see beyond the world of appearances through its wisdom. I see beyond the world of appearance through its wisdom. From my place of faith, I act in ways that affirm the inherent goodness of all. From my place of faith, I act in ways that affirm the inherent goodness of all. I surrender into the grace of the One, knowing I am divinely guided in all I do. I surrender into the grace of the One, knowing I am divinely guided in all I do. I take that first step even when I cannot see the entire staircase, and all is well. I take that first step even when I cannot see the entire staircase, and all is well. And so it is. All right. So we're going to have a video to close off our ceremony today. But before that, please close your outer eyes again for a minute as I say a benediction for today's service. And closing my eyes, I see that faith muscle growing and glowing, knowing that it is filled with the essence of God and that it is good and that it's glowing strong enough to get up there into that brain of mine that sometimes forgets. I know that this is true for me. I know it is true for all who participated in this today. I know it's true for all of our community and really all our world. And that is a good thing. So I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for today. I'm so grateful for the wisdom that has been shared, the love that has been shared, the talent and the commitment and the generosity that has been shared. And I know that we all go forth with that faith muscle a little bit stronger, and that it leads the way on the world, in our goal of a world that works for everyone. So I release this, knowing that what needed to be said was said, and what needed to be heard was heard, and that miracles will abound from this experience. So I turn it over to God and ask you to join me in affirming, and so it is. All right.